Hey everybody, how's it going today? Got us another beautiful day here in Florida. The string shows that I got my breeze flowing through my shop. It is a good bit warmer today. Out there in the sun, it's pretty hot. I need to get me a thermometer out here. But I do have a good breeze, and it's feeling great. It's flowing right through the shop. I keep bragging on that door. It is paying off. But it is getting pretty hot, but it is manageable in here with the breeze. I do have a fan set up where I was working on the engine. So to go on and get to the point here, guys, we got the engine out, got some stuff coming for it this week. Should be good many of the parts that I'm going to put on this engine. Timing chain, guides, tensioners, all should be here this week. We're going to be doing a good bit of TLC to that engine, high mileage engine, like I told you. Runs good though. But one of the things we ran into is I took the battery box out, and when I took the battery box out, I ran into something that first kind of scared me. It was a little disheartening. I'll put a picture up for you there. So I found this rust, and man, when I first seen it with all the dirt and everything, I was like, oh no, we got frame problems, because these cars and the Fox bodies, they're real bad about the shock towers rusting out at the frame, especially I think if you're up north and everything. But this car here, every area that I know of in this car where you can find rust, one area is where the body seam in here goes together. In this channel, it'll rust real bad. I actually had a little bit on that car that I had to repair. It wasn't bad. I caught it early, thank goodness. But this car here, it's like it come from the factory. So I can live with what I'm seeing here. Thank goodness this is surface rust. So what I've done is I've cleaned it up. I've got some of this stuff moved out of the way. I'm going to pressure wash the car up, get it a little bit cleaner, because when the engine was in here, I just couldn't really get around. I still got a good bit of crud. I want to get all that over there. I'm going to clean it up a little better than what it was. After we get it washed up, we're going to treat this with Ospho. Ospho is a rust inhibitor. It neutralizes the rust. From what the research I've seen, other people on YouTube that's used it, reviews, it pretty much stops rust in its tracks. After 24 hours, you can paint right over the top of it. That's the plan. So I've got some of the stuff moved where I can clean real good, and I got a few more things to pull away that we're going to take care of, but we're going to get that treated with the Ospho, and then once it dries for 24 hours, I'll paint over it, and we should be good to go. At least we should be slowing it down, but from what I understand, like, pretty much stops the rust. So we'll see for ourselves. Not that you have to do it. I feel better about it. These bigger connections, the electrical connections, I just used some plastic. I didn't really want water getting in there, especially the bigger ones that go to the ECM. I won't be up here much with the pressure washer, but I just went ahead and sealed them all off, because even though it'd be 2 to 3 more weeks before the engine goes back in, I just rather not have that water in them connections. You already take a big enough risk. These wires has been underneath this hood baking for 20 years, and they get brittle, and already by unhooking them and moving them around, you're putting yourself at risk for some problems. So I don't want to add to it. All right, guys, I'm going to push this car out and get the pressure washer, and we're going to clean back up under here, and once it gets good and dry, we're going to apply the Ospho, and once it dries, we're going to paint that area and should have it ready for the engine to go back in. All right, guys. All right, guys, that looks a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. Got all that crud from down there. Just looks a lot better. Got this area cleaned up more. Just, you know, obviously you can do more, better cleaning without that big old wide 4.6 big block looking engine in there. Even though it's a 4.6, that thing's as wide as a 460, old 460s. But anyways, got it cleaned up. Now we'll let Mother Nature dry it out for us, and when we're sure she's good and dry, we'll get this treated over here with the Ospho, and then we'll wait the 24 hours or so that it takes for it to cure out, and we'll get it painted. All right, guys, we'll keep going. Whew. All right, got the car pressure washed just in time. It was able to get dried. The sun baked on it good, and here comes one of these surprise Florida afternoon showers that we get. So yep, we got that just in the nick of time, but we need it. It's dry, and I need it to pack down the dirt and level it out where we done all of our digging. But one thing I can tell you, folks, you should already know, it's barely raining, and you can hear how loud it is in here. When it's really raining, and I mean just really pouring down, it's pretty tough to stand in here. It's loud, but that's what you get. You're in a tin can. I've seen people where they've had videos where they have put insulation, not to spray. Well, actually, one guy did have spray foam, and he said it helped a little, but it was still pretty loud. You guys may know more about that than me, but just a little bit of rain, it is kind of loud in here. But I've been in here when it's rained pretty hard, and it's earplug time. All right, guys, I'm just talking normal. It's raining a lot harder. Just to give you some idea of how loud it is in here. It actually can get a little louder. It's raining fairly hard, but it can rain harder than that, and hopefully you can hear it's pretty loud in here. And I've actually been in here when it's been worse. So one thing you need to keep in mind when you buy one of these buildings. All right, guys, got my brush and my cup here. This is what I'm gonna pour my Ospho in. You can spray it, you can brush it. From what I've seen, I'm going to brush mine on. I'm just working on this one area, so I'm going to brush it on, so that way I can get it evenly, brush it back and forth, and get it down in the cracks and everything. Not saying spraying can't, but I kind of just only want this in just the one area that I'm working on. I don't want to spray it all over. Not that it hurt anything. It's just what I'm choosing to do. So get some Ospho in the cup here, and we'll start applying it. Used a 1-inch pipe spacer just to get these brake lines away. Help me get a little pressure off. Give me a little room there to apply this. It's okay if it runs. It's not going to hurt anything. Just want to make sure that I get it all applied. where I want it. I have to put the camera down for just a second. All right, guys, I got it all. Got it all covered, even down here on the edges. Yes, it's running, but I'm coming back. Once this cures out, it takes 24 hours, but once this cures out, we can paint over it. I already had the paint, and I'm gonna let it sit for a little while, and we'll see, because a lot of times what I've seen other people using it, it don't take but just a little bit to start seeing a difference. So this has to set for 24 hours. I have to work the next 2 days, so by the time I get off of work, this will work out perfect for painting. All right, I'll come back in an hour, maybe 2, and we'll see if there's any change in the color from what we're seeing now. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Let's see if we can get in here and show you what's going on. It's turning black, which is what it's supposed to do. You can see down there. I'll put a picture in here of what it looked like before we applied this. My light just shut off automatically, so you can even see even better now how black it is. And what it does when it turns black is it creates a hard seal, and pretty much, just from what I read, don't allow moisture or oxygen to get to that rust, which is what the rust feeds off of to keep growing and expanding, kind of like a cancer. So it seals it, and it puts a hard, that's why it takes 24 hours. Even though it's water thin, it just soaks in, it seals, it puts a hard coating there where that rust can no longer get oxygen and moisture to continue to grow. All right, so we'll let this dry. It'll be a couple days before I can get it painted, and we'll put some paint on it, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys. All right, guys. Got some of the parts in for the 4.6 there. Got the timing chain guides, tensioners, some gaskets, quite a bit of stuff. We're working on that probably tomorrow. I didn't film it, but I've already put a little paint down on top of the Ospho. Tried to match the paint the best I could. This is a gloss enamel paint primer. It's not too far off. It's not gonna look too bad. Battery box, you ain't gonna see most of it anyway, but anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and show you that I have sprayed a little paint over the Ospho and letting it dry. We'll put another coat over it, and we'll go from there. And then I'll start putting all this back. And then as soon as I get everything, all these wires, everything back in place, I'm gonna start removing the timing cover and valve covers and everything for that engine there. Start getting it ready to go back in. All right, guys. All right, guys. I got the second coat on there. It's about as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna let that dry and go ahead and get these wires back in their proper positions and anchored back down. All right, guys. All right, guys. Got it back together. Got everything mounted back where it belongs. Yeah, it looks better. It's better than what I found it. So anyways, battery box will go back here. But anyways, we got it treated. We got it painted, primed, combination there. So good thing we caught it when we did. So all right, guys, I feel better about it. So I'll get started tomorrow on taking this engine apart and doing all the things that I need to do as far as TLC maintenance, timing chain, tensioners, guides, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, putting a new oil pump in it, rear main seal. Yeah, pretty much giving it the works. So got it out of the car, might as well do it. All right, guys, hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks everybody for watching, And thanks to all the subscribers. And can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a good one.